guys, it's me, Ruowen Huang. As I say, Tuesday is my unpredictable time, so I will just have to find a time that I'm available. Anyway, I realize I keep answering questions, so I never really got to the topic that I want to talk about. But hopefully, I just got to keep reminding myself. Hopefully, I can keep coming back and finish the whole page of this that I was planning to talk about. And I'm sure the question will come, but that's fine. We always find time to answer those. So anyway, today I'm going to talk about the lesson through the reincarnation. As I mentioned long ago, that's why I want to talk about it. The longer we wait, then we forget about it. I talk about that we go through every reincarnation that we were here to learn something, right? That's why we pick all our parents' platform, soulmate, all different scenario in order to improve certain area of our soul. And then that could be anything. That could be strength, courage, or bravery, or, humble. It can be anything. So as I say, we soul all grow very differently. So everybody will have a different lesson to learn. But today, I'm just, or this week, if I can, I'm going to try to talk about certain topic, like certain lesson that is very commonly applied to everybody. And then the chances most of us already gone through it. It's just a few still struggle with it. So today, the topic did I introduce? Today I want to talk about one of the lessons that is quite important. It's actually the power struggle. But anyway, I think I didn't introduce myself. Before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today I will talk about the lesson through reincarnation. And then one of the key things that many of us already, I would say majority of us already gone through is the power struggle. What is power struggle is basically every one of us all gone through some kind of position in the past life that actually held a great amount of power, right? And why is this lesson really important? And it usually happens in the early stage of the soul evolution. I hope to explain this later. My mind just so scattering everywhere now. That's what happened in the afternoon. Things start kicking into my head. Before I start just saying why I talk about this, because last week or something, I went out and have lunch with a friend and also a client. So a friend was teasing and saying, oh, this client remember or feel he have a past life of a soldier in Vietnam, right? And it's funny because with my skill, if you pull it out, I will see it. But I really didn't feel like working Mu that time. So then my friend just suggesting, how about not that life? How about some life that he's famous, or some life that he is well known, or some life he's powerful, right? So this is when easy for me to gather the information from that specific person and not realize if he had been someone famous before or someone who had power before. So, I realized not with him is a common things for me to, throughout the years of consultation, I realized most of us actually have a life like being very famous or very powerful, powerful enough to, control the situation, control the certain people, or control things, right? The world, the country, or things like that, right? The reason of that is what I'm saying. This is usually happening at the beginning of the reincarnation. Is you must all know power. Power is actually I personally say very dangerous things. Power sometimes ties very closely to greed. Greed of it's not so much about money, but it's that sense of feeling like you are above everybody. And then because you have that sense of feeling that you are above everybody, therefore you have that illusion that you're able to control them. You know what I mean? And then this may or may not apply in all scenario. It can be politics, it can be religions, it can be, social environment or anything like that. It can be, work situation. So throughout reincarnation, the reason we have to go through this first is the first lesson that we introduce, that we actually confront ourselves, to look within yourself and seek what is important. You know what I mean? Because a lot of time when we are doing the power struggle, this is what I call power struggle. When we have that kind of power, when we own certain power in our hand, we very often lose our mind in a way because the greed start taking control. Greed is very often the first things that we have to confront ourselves with, right? So later on, it would be a lot of things. You may be put into a situation to someone wealthy, and then you deal with different type of greed, or you got put into some place that you were famous, then that's different kind of greed too. But the power, like, because it can control a lot of things. It can control other people's life and other, living thing and other things too. That's why I say it usually happens early on the stage, because it should tie in very close to very basic lesson. The reason why I said basic lesson is remember I keep saying, like, reincarnation have one big umbrella. That big umbrella is called, you have to respect life. You have to respect people make whatever decision they make. You have to respect other people's well-being, right? So when somehow, some way, that big umbrella got tied together with your power, the power that you hold, people tend to forget about it. You know what I mean? So that's why this kind of lesson, such as power struggle lesson, would be very often placed in your early stage of reincarnation. I mean, if you are a beginning soul or things like that, you start to have an understanding of, respect of all nature and all that. They probably put you in all different kind of reincarnation of animal, living things, to really sense that harmony of respect other well-being, unless it's, nature need, right? So after you've gone through that, you most likely understand that, or your higher spirit believe you already understand it all, then you're very likely to be put in this type of position to, in animal world, you would be called alpha. In the human world, it would be called leader or some sort, to make you have certain power that you may or may not be able to control people's well-being, people's mind, or people's behavior. So anyway, the reason I want to talk about it, I thought we can roughly discuss the various evolution progress. And then we kind of understand really what it is that soul try to reach and what's the end goal we try to get. So, if any of you would come and ask me, have you been someone powerful before? The answer is most likely yes, because that, as I say, it fall into the very beginning lessons of life. So you might ask, why are we all normal right now? It's a good news in a way, if you understand the soul level. Like, simply mean we are getting to a better place, that where we understand is the important existence of one another and respect one another. So only when we able to reach that point, then all our potential, not just you and mine, but all our potential will be elevated at the same time. But unfortunately, still a few of them out there struggle with the power struggle. That means when they have that amount the power in their hand, they tend to overlook what is basic, like what is important of the whole, human being, races, or the animal, or the purpose of reincarnation. So anyway, today just roughly want to bring it out and then let you guys have a little bit understanding. This is very basic lesson. The chances most of us already gone through it, deal with it, hopefully overcome it by now. How do you know? You can pretty much test yourself. You probably do not have that kind of craving. You don't have that kind of craving for having a power. You know what I mean? So if you are not really driven by it, the chances you already work your lesson through life, right? Some of them might still have a little bit craving. That's not bad news. pretty much along the way, you are still trying to figure out how to find that balance of the universe. So, in order to balance that you're craving for power struggle. So anyway, lesson 1, I hope this week I can continue talking about various things. So for you guys, that you can able to self-check yourself and understand if that's something that you think you might already gone through, or if you are still struggle with it. So lesson 1 today for lesson of reincarnation. Power struggle. Are any of us famous before or have great power before? The answer is most likely yes. So anyway, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook, or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website ruowen.com. Till then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!